Hello, hello, hello. How y'all doing? This is Ask Alma, 7 o'clock on Tuesday night. Come on in, y'all. I need to see y'all so bad. It's been a tough week. Where my peeps? Where my peeps? Need y'all to hold me up. So if you haven't been here before and you kind of flipping through YouTube or Twitter and like, who is that girl? Who is that woman? Who is that lady? You have stopped at Ask Alma. That's right, where we answer your questions, or maybe somebody you know, or somebody that you think you know, or something that happened to you, or something that happened to somebody that you know. There you go. We answer all those questions right here. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. In a kind way, I like to say. You know what I mean? People don't hear you unless you give it to them in a kind way. So, welcome, welcome, welcome to Ask Alma. Hey, Tracy, come on in here and let me know y'all here. As a matter of fact, the reason that I am discombobulated is because of Tracy. That's why you just said hi first. You know what I'm talking about. But anyway, I have a great panel tonight, y'all. It's my favorites. It's my bestest friends. They always come in here. Diva Marilu, how are you, girl? I miss you. I do, I do. Um, Panel, come on in here, y'all. Hey, Dee, I haven't talked to you for 2 days.
I
It's
know. What is
okay.
happening?
I mean, I know you got a job and all.
Call out the police.
I know.
I
Today
know,
I
right?
was like, oh my goodness, I haven't talked to her in 2 days.
Well, I knew I was going to see you tonight, so I wasn't stressing about it too much. But yeah, we definitely need to talk.
Well, I knew that too, but I was kind of stressing.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm
I mean,
sorry.
I know,
I will fix
said,
that.
like I said, I know you working. I'm working too. But you know, Javon,
Working
hey,
woman.
Hi,
say hi.
Javon. Hi,
Say hi
Mary
to
Lou.
Maurice for us. Say hi to Maurice for us, Javon. Mary, you hair looks. I know, Braids Elite. Thank you, Braids Elite.
You always mention that shop. Where is it located?
Mary Lou, put all your stuff in the comments. Sean is here, my new best friend. I can't wait to get Sean on the panel. Sean, let me know if you want to be on the panel. Really, I ain't kidding. Let me know. Sandra, how are you? Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Demeen.
Demeen, hey.
Okay, so I met Sandra.
There's Patricia.
Pat.
Hey,
Hey, Pat.
Pat is here. We can get started now, y'all. I've been waiting on her to log on.
Tacos and free entertainment.
You know it.
My friend Manisha Patel, tacos and free entertainment. Oh, yeah.
Manisha, how you doing? I'm glad, y'all. There it is, Braids Elite in Adelphi, Maryland. She does natural hair, and if you want hair added to your braids, she'll do that too. Hey, Gail, how are you? So good to see you. Sandra. I was practicing her name when we met this week. And she said, this woman, she was so sweet. Like we visited and she listened to like 1,000 Ava stories. I need to say, come back over and see us. We promise not to do it a second time. But she said she watches Ask Alma and she really liked it, y'all. Maybe a little bit teary-eyed.
Nice.
So thank you to Gail and Sandra for coming by.
Did she have to go through the service entrance to visit, or was she allowed to come through the front door?
They came through the service entrance.
Oh, it's like
That's funny. That's funny.
Casa del Gil.
Funny.
That's only because Gil has all this stuff.
Right.
It's because Gil is not alive if he's not harassing me.
Right. So, he has D. Where you going? You have to come through the service.
You gotta go through the other
door. You know how he is. It's cold-blooded. Because you know what? Here's the thing. My best beastie friend of 25 plus years. And you know what, D? We'll need to say more than that. I know we need to add some more, but that's all right. 25 is a good round number. But,
about 10. You need to add about 10 years.
But Gill thinks that like they're best friends. And they're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. But I get it. You've seen her
like
for
a
many
15-minute conversation password before I can get into the house. And then he follows me.
Gail said, "We family. The service entrance is okay."
Okay.
You know how that is.
Yes,
I know,
yes.
right? And I try to get people to go in and out of our front door, quite honestly, and they just don't. Because Gil has all this stuff in the garage. It's his entire life from when he joined the Army. So they're different vignettes all the way around. And his cousin was like, "Oh my gosh, all that stuff in the garage. I couldn't do that. Why do you let him put all that stuff out there?" I go, "Because, girl, otherwise it would be in my house." Like, you got to pick your battles. Go ahead, baby. Put it all out there. It's fine.
Right.
I ain't worried about it. He gonna scrape off all the snow in the winter. Hey, I'm good. I'm good. It's okay. Lee, what do you have in your garage? I've seen Lori's garage.
Junk. I used to be able to get 2 cars in there now, but I've got a car and a motorcycle and all of my tools, you know, because I'm always fixing something. I
was going to say, what do you fix?
Everything. You didn't know that?
No.
Lori will tell you.
I will attest that he's quite a handyman, but you got about 7 grills in that garage too.
No, I put them out in the yard. Just out there, they're in the back now. I got a lawn tractor in there.
A lawn tractor. You need that, yes.
A refrigerator, a freezer, you know. So the usual country stuff, you know.
The usual stuff from Arkansas.
I imagine Lori's garage is as clean as a 1-bedroom apartment.
Immaculate.
It's pretty clean. It's pretty clean.
It's orderly. I could afford to get out there one more time and toss a few more things, but it's orderly.
Everything at Lori's house is orderly. Lori, what was that? Remember we were over there that night, that evening. You did like a 7-course meal. I'm serious, y'all. It was 7. Like by the time we got to 6, I couldn't eat anything else. I was like, wait. Is it something else coming?
She fancy like that. She fancy.
Fancy. Different dishes and everything. Oh my gosh. I loved it though. Don't get me wrong.
I hear you. Haven't done it in a while. We'll see if we can reprise.
Oh yeah, we should do that. And you know what? Invite Keith because he won't come on the show. I need y'all to give him a hard time. Give him a hard time about that he will not come on the show. Oh, good.
Oh, all right. All right.
Thank you for that.
Well, I've been threatening to teach Lori how to grill to round out her whole.
Yes, that would be. Well, you could grill, and she could do all.
Bring it over,
stuff.
right?
Yeah.
She can do the rest.
But no, the fun is the grill, like on the premises, you know, and all that. So you can talk trash.
I'm with you, Lori. No, air fry it or no.
No.
Speaking of grill and food, I see Frank is watching. Frank, hello. I'm telling you, this man, his food is the best. He's a caterer. It is the best. I'm telling you. Frank, put your stuff in the comments. Really.
I was about to say that.
I have taken Frank's stuff out of his delivery pans and put it in my cute little pans.
Like you did. Like you did.
I didn't say it. I just displayed it.
That's right. It's the way to do it.
Which has been done since the beginning of time. You didn't invent that. Right.
Yeah.
Nope, did not.
It's supposed to be pretty on the table.
Thank you. That is important. And God don't give you everything. God don't give you everything. No. I know what my strengths are. It would not be in the preparation, and I'm okay with that.
So you said God gave you the ability to choose beautiful cookware
and display.
Girl,
I'm the
presentation. You're the presentation queen.
Okay. Now I got one last question before we dive into this. Lori, where you get them pearly white teeth from? Are you under like a black light or something?
I am not. I am
Jesus
not.
Christ.
These come natural. Thank you, Lee.
Need some sunglasses or something, man.
Thank you.
I'm like, dang.
So
Her
there's
Andy
a
rolling up.
toothpaste commercial in my feed. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you
Yes.
can go to Beyonce's dentist or something, man.
Hey. Well, thank you.
Lori says she drinks her coffee through a straw.
I know that's right.
And her tea
right.
through a straw.
And don't be eating no Chico sticks.
No. Although I will say that my husband's teeth were so bright. Like I said something to him a couple of weeks ago. I was like, "What's up with your teeth?" So he was like, he's been using the strips.
Oh, okay.
And they
the Crest strips.
Yeah, the Crest strips.
I use those from time to time.
So it worked. Huh?
Yeah, they work really well. So he bought me some. Y'all think he's trying to tell me something? I was just inquiring.
But if you're a tea coffee drinker, they're just good in between. Just in between because.
Yeah. I like the results. I need to have.
So I'm not devoted to them. It's not every day or every other week, but from time to time.
All right, girl.
Thank you.
I got something else to tell y'all before we get started. So y'all know I got a granddaughter, Ava. So I call her Ava because when she was little, she would say her name was Ava because she couldn't say the V's. Right. But now she's 8, so she says Ava. And she goes, Grandma, I go, I know how to say it. Like, I know what I said, Ava. I know what I said. So Ava reached out to me and First, she called me because we can talk. It's not on Facebook. It's on her tablet. Like her parents let her get calls from certain people. I'm one of those people. So she called me and she said, Grandma, you need a theme song and you need merch. I was like, what?
No, right.
Merch.
She wrote merch.
We know about merch, right?
I know. We know about merch. So she wrote a theme song for me and she sent it to me. And it's the same verse. She sang it 3 times. So I asked the producer if he could play it because I'm so proud of it, y'all. I want you to hear my theme song from my granddaughter, Ava, and then we'll get started.
Ava.
What did you say? You just me. Alma today. What did you need? What did you say? You just me. Alma today. What did you need? What did you say? You just need Alma today.
Hey, there you go. What did you mean? What did you say?
What did you read? What did you say? You just need Alma today.
That's all right for the mouths of babes.
There it is.
Oh my gosh, that thing warmed my heart so much. Thank you, Ava.
Nice going, Ava.
Nice going, Ava. And we're going to have to work on the merch. I don't know about that, but that might not be a bad idea. Might not be a bad idea. So before we get started, I need to do the disclaimer, you guys, that we are an entertainment advice column show. So if you need some help, speak to a professional. It's really important, and we stand by that 100%. So tonight we have 3 questions. 2 of the questions came in. They were really good. Our VVRs are very good, but I could hardly hear them. So I'm grateful that people sign up to be VVRs, and I know that it took a lot for them to do it, and I appreciate it so much. And I didn't want to reach out to them and say, hey, I can't hear y'all, because I thought, I'm grateful. Thank you. So instead of doing that, I thought I would ask you guys, turn up your volume a little bit tonight so you can hear the questions that came from 3 fantastic people. And again, like I said, I am very, very grateful. So, okay, y'all ready? Lee, you ready?
Ready.
D, you ready? Laura, you ready?
Ready.
Because y'all know this week we rhyme. Like you could watch Ask Alma and see Alma, D, Lori, and Lee. I know y'all heard that before, right?
That's it. That's it. I like it, Hip. I like it.
I love that. I just like was thinking about it all week. But anyway, here we go. Question number 1.
Hi, my name is Jasmine. I'm your VVR for this next Alma question. Dear Alma, I'm having roommate problems. Our moms are best friends and we share an apartment a couple of steps from campus. My roommate and I have shared our apartment for 2 years. She has not been the best roommate and I have let her get away with a lot. She has caused the police to come to our apartment several times for many reasons. Most recently for indecent exposure. It's stranger than I can explain. She has been using, breaking, and taking my things for a long time, and I haven't said much because I did not want to start a big confrontation. Like I said, our moms are best friends, and her mom is my mother's boss. Both of our parents contribute to the cost, and she's in charge of the electricity. Now she's refusing to pay it along with her share of the rent. She says she is not home as often as I am, so I should pay 2/3 and she wants to pay only 1/3. I don't want to cause problems for my mom. What do I do?
I love young people who are
Oh my goodness.
thoughtful and caring because, she needs a new roommate, number 1, period.
Yes.
That is it.
Well, as soon as I imagine as soon as her mother gets wind that this young lady doesn't want to pay rent, they're going to get that lease taken care of.
But here's the thing, because she and I went back and forth with this email. It's the mom's best friend and boss, but the parents are like paying it. But this girl is like almost like taking the money back. So some monies that her mom is cash apping to her to pay for certain things.
Run force.
Yes, right.
She's not using it for that. And the thing that struck me, I didn't want to say anything to her in the email, but it seems like something's going on with this girl. Like you're not doing all of this if you're not under the influence of something. I was thinking.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's something.
Something.
Oh, that's my good friend Sylvia just had.
Hi, Sylvia.
Just had a major surgery. Great.
I think though the one thing to really zero in on, the police are coming because she's exposing herself. So she does need to let the roommate's mother know, whether that's the boss of her mother or not. No. She needs to let the roommate's mother know. Your daughter is exposing herself and the police are showing up. And the police aren't kind when they come up on certain people, especially repeatedly doing certain things. And so there's an issue there. This is not, let me just beat you out of some cash. There's another issue there because you don't repeatedly, she said the police have been to the house a number of times. And so, and usually because she's exposing herself. So, they got clubs she could go do that in. She's preferring to do it out in public. That's problematic, and mom needs to know that.
Yeah.
But a lot of young people don't like to tell adults.
I was going to say, it sounds like she hasn't said anything to her mother, which that's the first conversation she needs to have. She needs to say, look, mom, this is what's happening, and I don't feel comfortable anymore, and we need to find different, and maybe the mom can be the bad guy. She could say, Susie needs to move home, or whatever the case may be, so they can get out of that lease.
But they are adults too. They're not kids. They're adults that they're living on campus. If I right,
couple blocks.
So you know what though? Well, yes, so it's not even a school issue. They can't even tell school administrators because they're living off campus.
Off campus, yeah.
Well, see, that's a whole nother level right there. But the thing is, now the what is that?
That is me, and I have family visiting. I'll be right back. Sorry.
But
it stopped.
But the thing is that if she's the mom's boss, right? Boss and best friend. Isn't that what she said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The girl knows that. And so she's taking a little bit of advantage of that situation that, she works for my mom. So, she ain't going to kick me out. But now that the police have been called into it, it's starting to, it's potentially dangerous now because about our, sometimes acrimonious relationship with the police, and they could come up and their guns blazing or something,
right.
what I'm saying? Correct. And get everybody killed. So it's not just a matter of this girl just showing out and inconveniencing the other girl. Now it's potentially dangerous. Listen, my homegirl Sharon Jones, let her take her naked self to an apartment. Right. She has to go.
Right.
Gotta pull out that old Negro spiritual.
Which one?
I'm about to whoop somebody. I'm about to whoop somebody.
But clearly there's an issue that is above both of them at this point. And seems like she's more fearful what the repercussion could be for her mom than she is if I just speak, to this. And so I think both mothers would appreciate what is going on, and especially knowing your daughter is down here flipping out. And so that, it's really necessary that she tells at this point.
Yeah, because like Sandra said, it could be a mental health problem too.
Yes.
But the other thing too is, hi Vash, I want to get a minute to say hi to him. The other thing too that I was thinking about when we were emailing back and forth, she has a serious concern about her mom, like what was heavy on her mind was, what will this mean to my mother? And
her relationship with this other woman.
Yeah. And so I think one thing we want to tell her this evening is, you know what? Your mom will know what to do.
Yeah, right.
Like,
start with your mom, right?
Start with your mom. I know that you want to figure it out for your mom. And you might think that moms really don't know, but girl, we know.
Yeah,
we know.
And this situation may be something that neither mother really was interested in having, but it was convenient at the time. I think we sometimes create these play dates, either with our mates or our children because we're friends. Our kids should be friends and that kind of thing. And that may be something that is easily remedied if she just tells them out. I mean, I know it's been a long time since any of you rented, but when we rented for my son, they call the rental office when there are grievances, regular grievances.
Right.
So I'm surprised that the mothers don't already know that the police have been to the apartment.
Yeah, but it's probably an apartment complex where they rent a lot to students.
To the students.
And so, you know what I mean? They're kind of used to that kind of stuff, but they probably don't know that it's at that level.
Right.
Where she's like, I mean, indecent exposure, man. I mean,
correct.
You can get in some serious trouble for that.
Yeah, you can.
And like I said, it's too risky to have the police keep coming back and forth because something could pop off very easily.
And the more comfortable she becomes with this indecent exposure, really, it could happen at different hours, whereby now you're exposing yourself to children, or in some environment where children are around. Now you're really, really into some serious trouble, and so all of that needs to be headed off. The conversation needs to happen sooner rather than later.
And it sounds like according to the letter, that she's been escalating. Like it started with one thing, and when that didn't get a response, then something else. Now the rant. Now I'm only here part of the time. So she's her activities are getting increasingly problematic. So there needs to be a conversation immediately. Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. I think at this point too, with 2 years in, both mothers will probably be fine if they go their separate ways. Like it's not preschool. You guys don't have to be together. and it's okay. So don't.
She might want her out of there anyway. She just doesn't want to make a big deal about it. But if the daughter says, "Mommy, I want to leave," she's like, "Good, we've been waiting."
Right? Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So don't underestimate your mom. I think she can definitely do something to get you out of this situation and into a safer environment. Absolutely. And not make you responsible for this girl, because you're not responsible for her.
Right. And that's what's happening. Right. Yeah, I agree. And that's what's happening. She's becoming responsible for her.
Yeah. But that, like everybody's saying, Manisha just said, common denominator and decent exposure. That's very troubling.
Yeah, very yes.
Who thinks to do that? I mean, I can understand drinking and being loud, but let's drink.
Sometimes the drinking and being loud
and get butt naked and step on the porch.
The exhibitionism has taken over.
And depending where you are across the country, it's a lot of women who want to be topless or feel like they have a right to do this. And you know what is going on with, because I know this is going off a little bit, but y'all know me, I go offside a little bit. What is this thing with fabric? Because I was at the mall the other day and those young girls had on like they were one body things with no straps, and it was like the shorts and the halter top, which I had one at 14. Don't get me wrong. So I
the little rompers,
the little romper, but the fabric on that stuff,
quite thin, right?
It is so thin. Like
it depends on what store you're buying it in. If you're buying it in, what was it called when we were kids? Deb Shop. If you're buying it in that store, it's thinner than if you buy it at Macy's.
I even wonder if it was online, because this looked like if you pulled one string.
I mean, they're looking at this stuff online where these like rich girls are pushing the envelope and they're trying to do it too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, that's all that is.
And let me just add, and you know what? Y'all can send me emails. I don't mind. But our little girls, and I'm not trying to separate anybody, but brown little girls with the bottoms, with the round bottoms, y'all can't do that. That's all I'm saying. Or go one size up.
Look.
I ain't even gonna lie.
Auntie Alma loves you.
Yes. And I love you.
I had a situation with two middle schoolers. Two young ladies came to school with the same dress, and one got dress coded. And she was like, "I don't understand why I got," and I was like, "Come here."
Let me show you. Huh?
Right. You can't wear everything. You have to dress for your body. You cannot dress because it was, on the rack and cute. My mom says, just because it come in your size.
No.
I know.
Doesn't mean you should wear it.
See that every day.
No.
Yes.
And that's do you know who told me that? That's a Walmart. Do you know who told me that? Maurice. Maurice said if the print is one way on the hanger and then it's going in a different direction when you put it on, it ain't for you.
It ain't for you. No soup for you.
No soup for you. It's so true. So true. I'm sorry, y'all. We got it all under control. We got a house full of people. And anyway. It's all good.
So we're telling this young lady to talk to her mom.
Talk to her mom.
And find someplace else to live where she can sleep at night and be safe and not have law enforcement showing up on a regular basis.
Right.
And having her bills paid, because now the roommate doesn't want to pay bills, which is a real problem.
And really, I think you should just talk to your mom.
Yes.
Like don't worry what's gonna happen.
Exactly.
Just talk to your mom. She'll take
let her handle that part. Right?
Your mama.
And if your mama get in touch with me and her gonna handle it.
Well, and really, so let's add one more thing, because it is simpler. The police are showing up. There's a police report. So it won't even be like you're making this up about my kid. She can just sit down.
Yeah, like somebody said it's a nuisance. Gail Dorsey said it's considered a nuisance house.
Yeah,
that's right.
That ain't good at all.
That's not good.
No.
And it will reflect on her when she is trying to rent somewhere else.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
So don't worry, sweetie pie. Tell your mama. You'll be all right.
She's gonna handle it for you.
Bessie and Michelle. Hey. I'm glad y'all joined us tonight. So thank you guys. Thanks for this. And I think it's time for question number 2.
Dear Alma, About 6 months ago, my sister moved back to our hometown with her 10-year-old daughter. They don't live far from me, it's within walking distance. I recently noticed when my niece comes to visit, without her mother, after she leaves, some of my things have been missing. Never any money, mainly jewelry. I've never seen her steal from me, but I know it has to be her. I'm hoping she isn't a kleptomaniac, and I'm not sure how to bring this up with my sister. I know she misses her dad since she's moved back, and perhaps she's doing this to get attention. How would you suggest that I manage this problem?
Hey, you know
Right.
what? We had a question similar to this, where it was somebody taking from a family member's house. Remember that, you
Mm-hmm.
guys? But hi Gail, how are you? And I want to thank Jasmine was our VVR, the first VVR, and Karen was our second VVR. Thank you both. Thank you both. Um, Okay, Lori, let's start with you and then roll it into D. Because Lee, I'm leaving you for last, Lee.
First and foremost, girl, if you don't lock that jewelry box and be done, not fall out with your sister. and
Really?
and let it be, and then y'all can talk to, because she doesn't have evidence. She says, I think it's her, I never seen her steal anything. And
Right.
I mean, if the little girl is proud enough to walk around with something she took from the aunt, like you see her with your ring on, or she's wearing your earrings proudly one day, now you can say, you have been in my jewelry box.
Right, right.
And now we can credibly fall out, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But right now, it's you thinking, and if you think a little harder, it might be, well, the plumber was in here the other day, or you gotta. I think before you fracture family in a situation that's already fractured, so the
Yeah.
sister and the daughter have just moved back. So in
Hmm.
a situation that is already fractured, I think you should be a little more certain that the little girl is doing this before you approach your sister or approach the little girl, because it will manifest. She's a young girl. She's going to wear auntie's bracelet soon enough,
Oh,
or
sooner or later.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And so it
sooner or
will
later.
manifest.
Hey, D, what you think?
I, mm,
Mm-hmm.
I thought I knew what I thought, and then I listened to Lori, and I
No, tell
thought,
me
okay,
what you
well
thought.
maybe no, but I was, she can't come in my house. Was my first thought.
Thank you.
She can't come back
No more.
because if I live alone, I know where my things are. I know
Thank
I
what
you.
I
agree.
have. I
I
know what I
agree.
own.
Dude,
It is not walking. It is
right.
not disappearing.
Yeah.
Grandma has not returned from the dead. Decided to move
Yeah.
things around my house.
Don't need
Right.
no
This young
evidence.
lady,
Right.
right? But after this, I mean, I don't subscribe to, oh well, she misses her dad, and all of that.
Right.
So
Right.
I mean, you could just set her up, or
Right.
you can just say she can't. I've seen some comments: lock up your things. Don't tell your sister. If it's your sister, then you say, I think maybe she's having a really really rough time with this move. Can you see, maybe she borrowed some earrings or something, whatever it is. I would address it. I would not, like, hope I catch her, or hope one day, because she could be stealing the things and pawning them, or giving them to. We've all heard a story where some little 5-year-old boy
Yeah.
went to school and gave his mama's diamond ring to his teacher because
Right.
because
He
he was
liked
in love
her.
with her.
Right.
She
Hmm.
may be giving the pieces away. I mean, there's lots of things maybe going on, and if she is really struggling with the
Mm-hmm.
move and with the things, we need to nip that in the bud now, because then she's gonna start going in the wallet. She's gonna go steal from someone else. She's gonna end up in juvie. I mean, this is just gonna
Lord,
escalate.
D's got her in
D
juvie.
got
Well,
her in
she
juvie.
D's
because
got her in
because
juvie.
because someone that's not her family
Right.
isn't going to be so kind.
Exactly.
Like,
I,
if my niece comes to your house, Lori, and steals something, I hope you call the police. So in that case, she's in juvie.
Yeah.
well, no, because she would be in juvie, I would say, hey D, I don't mean no harm, but I haven't seen my gold bracelet since. Can you check around?
So why wouldn't you
And
do that with your sister?
it's because she started out by saying I have no evidence, and so you're getting ready to have a big fallout. Well, but people are really sensitive about their children, and so you're about to have a gigantic falling out over something you cannot prove.
I'm sensitive. I'm sensitive about my own child. I get that. Actually, I'm sensitive about all of your children, but if it's my sister, we should be able to have a conversation about something clearly is happening if your daughter is coming into my house and stealing things. Because if we're that cool, she could just say, hey, auntie, I really like this bracelet. Can I have it? Or can I wear it? Or any one of those
she's
things.
Stealing things. That's the only place I come down. I'm not disagreeing
so all
with
we
you.
know is that when she came, it was here. And when she left, it was gone.
It was.
So,
the sister took it.
Is it my turn yet?
It's only been missing, which is the mom. Okay. All right.
Lee, what you think?
Man, hell no. I would call my brother, my sister right away and say, look here. I know what everybody know what they got. You know what I mean? You know what you got in your jewelry. I know how many guitars I got down here. I know how many watches I got upstairs on my thing and the thing. You know what I mean? So if the only person that's been in my house is her, and every time she comes, I'm missing one of them watches, what evidence you need? I would get on the phone. I'd walk down there. You're like, look here. Everybody come
my stuff.
Everybody come go in her room.
Because here's the thing too.
Searching through her drawers.
Oh, please. I mean, like, everybody come sit in the kitchen. We gotta have a conversation.
At the table.
Yeah, we gotta have a conversation now.
Yeah, because here's the thing too that I was thinking. I wondered which one of you would bring it up. Not everybody goes in your bedroom.
Right.
You can have company for days.
Yeah, the plumber ain't going in there.
No, it's got to be somebody who mosey.
Who's comfortable with going into your space. Absolutely.
Right.
I mean, I had a situation where a family member, in-law, stole something from my house. And because I didn't see it happen, of course, I did not go to, the authorities or that person's parent. But that child never came in my house again.
How did you manage that, though? Right. How did you manage that?
What do you mean?
They couldn't
How
come
did
back?
you tell the parent that they couldn't, or
I never told the parent.
Yeah, you just navigate it so it don't happen no more.
She just has not been. That happened in 1998. She hasn't been in my house since.
Right.
I got that, but how did you
stop her from coming over?
She knew not to come back. I mean, we established that she was the person that took it.
You and her.
You and the child.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so
through my investigative reporting, I was able to determine that she was the one that took it, and there were other people that were privy to that happening. So she just wasn't allowed in my house again and has not been back.
And did her mother or father? They were in-laws, I know, but how did you end up?
I never told him.
Yeah, just between the two of them.
I never told him because I knew it would break his heart, and quite frankly, he probably would have wanted to replace. I mean, he would have,
Right.
And I did. I made it clear to her, and that so it didn't cause a family rift because it was.
How old was she, D?
I don't know, 8, 9, something like that.
Oh, yeah.
That little, and you didn't tell?
And so her parents would come, and she would just like, no, I'm not going to go to Auntie D's.
No, right? I'm scared of her.
And actually, she once ended up in the same house with it was something of my mother's. So, she was able to not see my mom for years and years and years. And then there was an event, and she walked in and saw my mother there. It was like, oh, wait, wasn't expecting that. What's she doing here?
Let me get out here.
And was, she was kind, and then she got scarce and stayed away from my mother. But no, I never told her parents.
Well, I'm like Edna Buchanan here.
What did Edna say?
No, the investigative reporter here, Edna Buchanan. Oh, now see, people, look, Manish Patel trying to steal my watches now.
I'm coming for a guitar.
She said her uncle was a klepto.
And after several incidents, word got out and extended family instead of confronting them collectively, family members just decided at any time. See, I didn't have black people do it though.
Lock it down.
We don't
Lock
do
it
that.
down.
It's like, you gonna get some of these right here.
Did we have this question where somebody was coming over, right?
Cousin. Yeah, but that was an adult, not a child. They said that they're But I think like if it's a child, I do think
D Columbo.
D give you an eye, Mary Lou. You know D give you side eye. You won't ever come back to her house. She got a side eye that you would not believe.
Well, stealing is just unacceptable. Like if you ask for it, I'm gonna give it to you.
D gave her a life sentence. Don't come to my house ever.
Right.
You know, even I don't know if she came now. I don't know if I would. I probably would make her stand outside.
Yeah,
because she's an adult now.
But you wouldn't let her leave the living room.
Right.
Oh yeah, she would be followed. Absolutely.
That's much energy in your house.
I grew up.
I'm teasing. I would not follow her around my house. I'd have somebody else do it. But she's an adult now, and I know that she's a responsible adult. She takes care of herself. She pays the bills. She does all that kind of stuff. So I would not be worried about her stealing from anything from me now.
Yeah. But that's a bad habit to get into. Stealing. I grew up with some cats, and one of the dudes, the other two cats were pretty cool. They were brothers. All of them are brothers. But the other dude, he was just a natural born thief. But he was the dumbest thief that you ever wanted to run into. Like my grandfather lived with us, and so he had really bad eyesight. And so if we went to the store or something like that, he would just stay home, And my friend came down to see if I was there, and of course I wasn't. And my mother got me a Timex watch.
What? Timex?
Yeah.
Takes a licking, keeps on ticking.
That's right. Still ticking. I still have it. And look here. So when I come back, we decided to play football. Who got on my Timex watch?
He was admiring your watch.
Right.
He was not. He was not stealing your watch. He was admiring. He was watching it while you played, so it would not. Yeah.
Did he say he had gone to your house and you knew it was your watch, or you thought it was a watch like yours? Or
we didn't have no conversation like that. It was this here. Y'all too simple. It wasn't no. Please, can we just discuss this? Perhaps, there was a mistake here. You know what I mean? Yeah, you gonna borrow this 2-piece right here, and then once I whooped him and got my watch back, I told his people, and you could hear him all over the neighborhood. Yeah.
People were like, what?
Yeah, you was going.
Gail said, "Put up a metal detector."
I'm telling you, right?
I would have a conversation with her though. She's young enough that I think you can.
Yeah, the child, absolutely.
And I basically would say, "Are you stealing my stuff? Because I think you are. I really think you are. Are you? I think you are." Like I would not give her room to,
But I would talk to the sister though and say, "Hey, listen, this is what I think."
I wouldn't talk to a mama.
Now, you just gonna throw yourself at the door?
No, you gotta talk. You gotta talk to the mama. Because see, that'll really
like. But it's her aunt. It's not like she's a stranger. It's family. Right. She's her aunt.
It's like a second mother. And I would say, I'm gonna jack you up. You take one more thing out of my. As a matter of fact, bring my stuff back over here. I'm gonna tell your mama. Like threaten to tell the mama and then see if she'll bring the stuff back.
Right.
Although we're laughing, but it's pretty sad. But I think it's for attention. I think
it's not the conversation you want to have. You don't want to have that conversation with your sister or brother, let alone your niece. Because it's heavy. It's heavy. Like Dee went on and verbalized it, but that's what our minds tell us. We go all the way down the line. Like, you know what? I don't want to have to come visit you in jail one day.
But I think you can.
Let's nip this.
I think you can tell your sister because your sister would probably call you and tell you anyway. Girl, guess what? been doing?
But you know what? Yeah, the funny thing is she probably been stealing from the mama.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's why I would just go to her and say, listen, you know,
we know that criminals, you know, did the first crime and got away with it.
Exactly.
So I think we have to
hold on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was with Niecy and Andrea, and we was getting ready to steal something in Zayre's, and I am not a criminal. I'm just saying.
Because you didn't do it.
No, what happened? No. What happened was it was Niecy or Andrea. Andrea, I hope you're watching because I think we were like 12. What we didn't know is, okay, this is how smart we were. We put a whole lot of stuff in a purse and then tried to buy the purse. We didn't know they opened up the purse. I didn't know they opened it up and took all that paper out.
Good. You learned that a life of crime is not for you.
Oh, no.
You would not have survived.
Right, no.
So, Alma, what did you tell her? What did you tell her? Or are we answering her tonight?
No. The column ran already, so I'll put my answer in there. I'll let you guys know. I think it's about 4.
I feel like I'm slipping into witness protection.
I know, man. What's up?
Hey, girl, look, there you are.
I was like, why is it so dark? Like I'm just disappearing.
You're gonna interrogate somebody,
right?
That's
right. So the light is on them, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's why they scared to steal something out of Dee's house.
You're gonna steal from me.
Ever come back in here again?
Yeah. Okay, let's slide question number 3 in here and try to help this lady.
My name is Jean. I'm your VVR for the next Alma question. Dear Alma, I'm getting married in 2 months, and the mother of his children is giving me hell. One day, she says the kids, ages 6 and 12, can be in the wedding. And the next day, she says no. His son, who is 6, is our ring bearer. And his daughter, who is 12, is a junior bridesmaid. Our relationship has become very strained because of her unwillingness to get along with me. I have spent the last year planning our dream wedding, and now I don't think it is a good idea for his children to participate. How do I tell my fiancé I don't want his children in our wedding?
Jean, thank you for reading that. I appreciate it. Okay, y'all. So recap is she get married. Her fiance has children from a previous relationship. Their mother is driving her crazy. 1 minute she says, okay, they can be in the wedding. They say, oh no, I don't want them in the wedding. Oh yes, they can be in the wedding. Oh no, wait. We don't want them in the wedding. What is she supposed to do? How does she tell him that she doesn't want his kids in their wedding? Age 6 and 12, ring bearer, and junior bridesmaid.
She doesn't tell him that.
So what does she do?
She tells her husband, handle this.
Yeah, because it's not that she doesn't want the kids in it. She just doesn't want the foolishness to come along with it.
Handle this so we can have the wedding of our dreams.
Right.
And
with your children. Yeah.
Right, with your children
with your children
in our wedding. Yes.
Right. Yeah. Pretty much, it's just that simple. It's like if you ain't gonna handle it, they ain't gonna be in it. So
I don't know a lot of guys that handle anything in a wedding. Maybe it's been 25 years for me, but I know a lot of guys who won't do anything in a wedding. Or really, tell him to do what?
Well, he's not doing anything for the wedding. He is responding to a situation that clearly is he's in the center of.
Because here the reality is really this: the mother of the children hasn't gotten there yet, but this woman is going to be around your children, maybe forever, happily forever after. So the fact that they've obviously already been around her and they're going to continue to be around your children. So why on earth are you withholding them from the wedding? What is that accomplishing? You already know that your ex is getting married. So the ex has to step in, or he simply says, hey, that's my weekend to have the kids. So it doesn't matter. Have the tuxedo and the bridesmaid dress ready. They're with me that weekend. What she wants, doesn't matter.
I don't know.
I agree with Dee. I think that's nothing more than control, but it's a control she really doesn't have.
The one thing that I think about is a wedding that I didn't really know the bride and groom very well, but my cousin was a wedding planner. At the time, she needed some help, so we showed up to help. The daughter of the husband who was remarrying cried the entire time.
The daughter.
This little girl, she
I've seen
cried
that.
during the ceremony. She
Mhm.
cried during the reception.
How old was she?
Not tears of joy.
No.
How old was she?
She might have been 10 or 11, but clearly watching her father marry another woman was traumatizing to her.
Dang.
Like, she cried the entire time. I don't know, like, if she thought it was the end of her family with her dad. I don't know. But it was sad. It was very, very sad. And so that's why with this question, I was wondering, and I wanted to bring it up to you guys. If you're remarrying, do you have to have your little kids in the wedding? Like, why can't you just remarry and do your thing and leave your small children out of it? Why they gotta be in it?
We didn't hear that he wanted them there. This is her dream wedding, and she apparently thought it would be nice to have the kids in it, right?
Like, so, one of those things, like now, like when it's time to go back to work after COVID, and you talk to your boss and you say, I can't wait to see you, but you don't really mean it because you like working home in COVID and you really don't want to go back to work. I think it's the same thing with this wedding thing. Maybe she said, it might be nice if your kids were in it. And maybe he just said, okay. Right. Okay.
But it could be, but we don't hear the kicking and the screaming from the kids. The kicking, according to the letter, the kicking and screaming, it's the mom who's giving up all the drama.
And if mama ain't done with daddy yet for daddy to marry somebody else, she's saying stuff to her kids. She's not.
She may be, but that doesn't necessarily mean that is something that the kids are, signing on for. They may just be like, "Oh, mommy is a drama queen. Will always be a drama queen." They may be saying to her, "We really want to be in daddy's wedding. Please stop." Like, we don't know any of that stuff.
More mature than I think.
But I mean, I don't mean they're actually saying that, but I think that, I think that they may want to be a part of their dad's day.
We should take a poll because I think young kids are really heartbroken when their parents marry somebody else. Like, I think they might like.
I don't believe that I don't think that's a rule. I think that there are plenty of people, especially if your mom and dad were crazy. If you got a new stepmom or a new stepdad that's making life normal for you,
but then you feel guilty a little while that you like the stepmother, because then what is that doing to you? I think it's a lot of variables with little.
Oh yeah, I believe that. Yeah, but I don't doubt that they would want to be. They may not want to be included. It's like Lori said. It sounds like the drama is the ex.
Oh yeah.
And she needs to be put in her place.
Yeah.
More than likely, these children,
out of my house and out of my business, and most certainly out of my wedding.
Yeah.
Because more than likely, these children have been around this woman a long time because the father is about to marry them. So she's not a stranger. The kids are comfortable with her because the children will say, children don't have that filter. They will say, we don't want to be in the wedding. And so they've been around the soon-to-be wife long enough not to be uncomfortable about this. And I do think Mr. Man needs to step in and say, I don't know what this is about. You know that you and I have already reached the end of our road, and this is my next happy place, and the children will be a part of it.
Yeah. Manisha has a pretty good idea here that instead of having them participate in the wedding, maybe just like do the photos or something.
Yeah, have them come up and light a candle. Light the unity candle. Go on up there, light that candle right there, and go on back over there and sit down.
Right, exactly.
But but what Alma is saying is true. If the father and the ex are divorced, if they were married, I think I've actually seen that where it's problematic for the children to watch their mother or father now have these vows with someone else. That can sometimes be traumatizing and well, at least difficult. But depending on how long they have dated, children are adaptable and adjustable, and they adjust, and if this is the woman who's been making the mac and cheese for the longest, and her mac and cheese is just yummy, then they become comfortable, with this, and they're ready to roll with it.
I'm gonna need you to make some of your mac and cheese and send it over. Then I can let you know.
I know. So we
see with this particular situation, it sounds like that if she was really adamant about her children not participating, she would have said that at the gate. As soon as they said we're getting married, we're gonna have this wedding, she would have said, then no, I don't want my kids involved. But she has, they've been going back and forth. Like she said yes, then she said no, then she said yes, then she said no. So this sounds like that there's something else going on. Like this isn't. If I don't want,
or she's just so evil that she's like trying to mess her up. They let her get too far down in the planning where she's like, okay. I think, okay, now this will really mess her up. You know what I mean? It really does sounds like she's a hater.
I thought that too, Lee. I did.
Yeah.
When it comes to little kids, she can always find another bridesmaid and another ring bearer in her own family. If she
but like the Pat said, but the young girl might really want to be a junior bridesmaid. She'll be hurt.
Right.
I mean, Alma, you may remember I went through that with Flower Girls, and I was like, she could stay home. And they were like, but she's been planning to be in your wedding for 6 months. And I was like,
I'm with you, Sean. I'm with you, Sean. I think I want to start a new trend, and I want y'all new brides to be okay with it. If you're marrying a guy who's got kids with somebody else, they don't have to be in your wedding, and you're not disrespecting them in any kind of way. Like they don't have to. They don't. I mean, you want them there if they want to be there. But I think it's more important for all of them to have a talk. Who's okay with it? It's even the 6-year-old. I wouldn't even let him be a ring bearer because he don't even know. Like he just
you know, my Flower Girls and my ring bearer were almost grown. Like we didn't have any toddlers, no little 3 or 4-year-olds now.
I don't think the little boy should have to be the ring bearer. And I think the little girl is old enough to have a conversation, because the other thing that I think kids do, and is ask Alma. I'm just giving you my opinion based on my experience.
Preach.
I think children who are put in that, they try to get along in this house and they try to get along in that house. And there could really be
lots of complications.
It's a little bit of hurt inside there, because it's almost like, so you couldn't get along with my mama, but you can get along with her. And then I also think kids take that on and they think it's their fault. Right. So why couldn't you get along with my mama, but you can get along with her? And it takes a long time to get through all of that. And so I really do think that, like someone says, I don't know if it was Manisha, but pictures and lighting a candle, all of that is fantastic. Or handing out the what's the thing, the programs, and that would be, just give them little assignments like that.
But I think participation is participation. It doesn't sound like that this mother would want them parking cars. Like it doesn't sound like she wants them to be in the building. She doesn't want. And
to be run over by a car.
and she waited till the very last minute to say, I don't want my kids to participate, which in itself, like if you've already gone through all of this, I'm not going to in the 11th hour say, no, you can't have my children.
Yeah, she's trying to mess up.
Right. So there's some other stuff going on.
Why do we not think the bride did something?
I
know she wrote in, but maybe she did.
Yeah, I mean,
no, because she wanted. Her plea was so.
How do I tell my fiance I don't want his kids in my wedding? So she's already made a decision. She doesn't want them in the wedding.
But she's letting the ex-boo say what's going to happen in quote your dream wedding, and so she's trying to keep a dream wedding. That too, now that's another issue. We don't have enough time to get into. We dealt with somebody else in the dream wedding.
Yeah.
But basically, she's been in a fantasy, and so now she's just changing the fantasy now. That's all that's about.
That's a good point, Lori. I like that.
But it's her day. It's her day. So
it is her day.
She's got every right. She's got every way. Dudes don't care about no money.
They don't.
So stop with that.
They don't.
You know that. You know that. Dudes don't care. It's like, tell me where I need to be.
And what time I need to be there. Me and my boys will show up.
Because it's his children, he needs to resolve this because she can't go over there and have that conversation with the ex-wife. That's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen.
Neither can he. That's why he didn't, because he can't handle it.
Well, we don't even know. We don't even know if he has attempted to.
Well, she wrote in, so I guess she
wrote in. But she was writing, how do I
tell him now I don't want them in my wedding because of this drama.
Which is she's worried about whether I offend him by leaving his kids out. Now, according to Lee, he won't be offended. He just wants to know, where do I need to be and at what time?
I don't think she's worried about him as much as she wants this dream wedding to come across as this perfect thing, and she thinks these two little kids, who are really gonna be her kids too.
I'm not sure she's worried about the kids. I think she's worried about this woman and what she potentially could do.
Well, but you know,
she might show up in a white gown.
Children in your wedding, if she's gonna clown.
But because you always got your two cousins at the door. Look, girl, she show up.
Right.
You handle that. You handle that outside the church door.
You see some crazy woman in a white dress storming across the parking lot like her hair's on fire. That's her.
Look, social media. You got her picture up. Look, if this hussy roll up in here today, what y'all gonna do? Like, oh no, we got this taken care of.
We had a friend whose ex showed up at a funeral.
What?
No.
That's happened a whole lot.
Next week's Ask Alma.
Somebody we know and love was at like his dad's funeral, and he leaned over to his mom and said, "Who is that dude over there look like me?" He was like, "Your brother." Yep. True story.
Goodness.
Yes. That happens a lot at funerals. A whole lot of truth starts spilling out.
You start seeing people that look like you.
Jesse Jackson's brother grew up across the street from him.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure did.
So Gail says she's already stressed out prepping for the wedding, and she does not need the ex sabotaging.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Absolutely.
So maybe the solution is to put the kids out so the ex has no.
Just change their responsibilities. Just have them do something.
She may not let them come though, like Dee said.
But then it doesn't matter because they're not a part of the wedding.
It isn't a significant role. You can find somebody else to hand out programs.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of Jesse Jackson, please y'all say some prayers tonight for Reverend Jackson and his wife. They're hospitalized with COVID.
Yeah, that is very, very sad. Saying prayers about that. Lee and Lori and Dee, y'all know I love you madly. Thank you for tonight. Thanks everybody for watching. When we're on together, the hour goes by like 15 minutes. I just don't understand. Thank you everybody for watching. Be careful, be safe.
Wear your mask. Wear your mask.
Tell a friend to watch the Ask Alma rerun, please. We need to have the numbers go up so we can keep coming on. Thank you. Sean, I'm going to need you to put your email or something in that chat box so I can get in touch with you. All right. Have a good evening.
All right. Thank you all.
Thank you, everybody.